So can you be too alkaline, and how to really control your acid-alkaline balance? So the question is, can you be too alkaline, and how would you know if you were too alkaline? Well, in most cases it's pretty rare that someone would become too alkaline, but it can happen. And how would you know that? Well, acid and alkaline is, obviously two ends of the same pole. So hyperacidity, someone who's very acidic, is very constricted, very tight, very tense, very uptight. Look at like road rage. That would be an extreme example of acidity. But if you look at the other extreme, someone who's just like super lazy, or someone who's like really stoned, or like just sits around on a couch and is spaced out or tripped out or burnt out or fried or whatever you want to use to describe it, that person would be too alkaline because they have no real drive, they have no real, energy or anything to do anything other than just sit on the couch and like lay there and do nothing. So that's kind of the two extremes of acid and alkaline. And obviously we don't want to be too extreme on any one end. We want to be somewhere in the middle. And, you know, one common myth that I think people have is that, food is what really controls your pH. And obviously, actually, honestly, that's never been really my experience because, for a while I bought into that whole paradigm of, oh, everything has to be alkaline. And that's just, honestly, it's just ignorant because life is dualistic. There's two poles to everything, and it's always about finding that happy spot in the middle. It's not about one or the other is better. It's always just, or not always about, it's just, in most cases finding that happy balance point. So that's just one common myth. And I see people who are, usually very neurotic, very left brain, very like almost kind of anal retentive, and they want to measure everything, and they got to measure their pH every couple hours or all these things, and they just get into this whole mental energy drain of, okay, well, this is this alkalinity and this is this acidity, and I have to eat all of this to balance it out. And it's like, what's really the point of having to spend that much energy just thinking about something? It's just food. But how do you really master your pH? It's by your breathing. Someone who's very acidic is very shallow in their breath, and they only breathe with the upper part of their lungs. Someone who's more alkaline is going to breathe in their belly, is going to breathe in their diaphragm, is going to use more of their lungs, more of their full capacity of their breath, which is why every meditation, yoga, qigong, tai chi, everything is always emphasizing deep breathing, deep, slow, rhythmic breathing. So that's really how you control your pH. And if you notice, if you feel uptight, if you feel stressed, go sit down for 5 or 10 minutes and breathe deeply. You'll wake up, or you'll sit up feeling much more calm and refreshed and just in the moment and balance, which that means your pH will come back into a balance. So it's not really about being hyperalkaline, because then you're just going to be kind of lazy and lethargic. It's not going to be about being hyperacidic either, obviously, because then you're just going to be uptight and tense and not feeling so great. So again, diet is only a small piece of the puzzle for your pH. If you really want to, change your alkalinity, just breathe deeper. It's free, it's easy, it's quick, and that's how honestly don't even worry about that anymore, just because once you come into balance with finding things that work for you and finding things that, work for your body type, work for your lifestyle, that other more like detail-oriented, left brain logic, almost kind of anal way of looking at things just kind of goes to the wayside. So really the foundation is find foods that are balancing for you, get an exercise program that works for you, and breathe deeply every day as much as you can. And that's how you really control your pH and master your alkalinity.